welcome to another episode in the NFL Rejects franchise, the franchise where we build a team out of all the players that all the other NFL teams have rejected. We're building them out of regular season free agents, age 30 or older, not allowed to trade, not allowed to draft. So far we've started quite well. Today we'll be playing the Texans again. This is not a deja vu. We played them already in week 3. Today we will be the home team. We won 28-7 last time around. I was rather surprised, to be honest, because it did really surprise me how well we did. Our defense was rock solid. We were just crazy good all around. CJ Stroud never really got going. Let's see how that works today. But yeah, I'm very pleased with how we started into this season. Week 5. And certainly now stepping into the second quarter of the season, if you want to put it that way. Time to show the league that we really deserve to be here. We're dealing with quite a few key injuries here. Derek Carr, my starting quarterback. I will be going with him. Really surprised me a lot there. I never would have taken this player in any other franchise series ever as my quarterback. I once did a rebuild of the Raiders on Madden 23 when he was still there, and I used him for, I think I used him for a season, and then I replaced him with a drafted player. That was the whole idea of that rebuild, of course. Well, I have to say, this is why I can only urge you to attempt stepping out of your comfort zone when it comes to franchise series. Try something like this. You get to try out players that you would never sign otherwise. Never ever. Running back, same thing. I'm now meeting, in air quotes, for the first time, players that otherwise I probably wouldn't have signed. 79 rated Beckham Jr. That's nice, but is he really a player that I would go for in in any other franchise series where I draft players, where I want to have young players coming in? I don't know. Certainly not. These are players that I would never consider picking up in my Titans franchise, for instance. Never ever. And the Titans franchise, basically my long-running series here. Oh, nice sidestep here. Can we evade again? No. Derek Stingley, of course, adjusts. Trey Turner out with an injury, number 66. Another thing is that, look at how the players. Trey Turner, 33. Kinda, I'm not going to say washed right now, but he's just kind of too old to really be a sustainable option. If you really have problems with the cap space, then yeah, why not? But at some point in time during a rebuild, you know, you kind of get into the groove, you kind of get to grips with the cap. You release players, or you don't re-sign expensive players. You bring in rookies or free agents that just fill in gaps, fill holes. Take a look at the Titans roster. We're really well set there. Got a lot of good players. And some roles I'm just not re-signing. Ty Spears, trading him. Rather get something, trade value. Jeffrey Simmons, traded him. On the Panthers franchise, we traded Brian Burns. Just wanted a deal that was too big. So, you know, it really is a nice exercise in just doing with basically using the hand that you're dealt, right? And it's just to make a long sentence shorter. Wow, slapped away. That throw was really bad, really bad. And Derek Carr, one of those dudes that I personally would never sign as a starting quarterback. Just doesn't make any sense. But I have to say, I am kind of liking what he's doing here. Kind of like what he's doing here. He's precise, he's accurate. He's not too bad. And looking back at some of those really big throws that he managed to pull off in the last few games, I'm more than happy. to keep him around. So there we go. Gonna start running now when the clock runs down just a little bit more. Here's the handoff. Kaboom. Alvin Kamara sidestepping here. 4 rushes, 37 yards today. Aaron Jones is out injured. He, of course, is my starting running back. That is something that hurts a little bit because he's really, really good. But, you know, having a backup QB in Alvin Kamara, things could be worse. There we go. And that is the first touchdown as number 87, Kendrick Bourne, my wide receiver number 1, punches into the end zone and connects with this Derek Carr pass. Well done. Good job. He really held on to that one. Ball's not coming out. Had a good route, but survived the contact here. There was a shove there from number 29. And there we go. And I'm going to heap some praise on the defense as well. No matter if they stop them or not, they limit them to a field goal, which is pretty good. 2 minutes 58. We're going to start with a drive here again to get going. But to finish my train of thought here, the defense is really, in the overall, again, it's not crazy. I'm going to air this one out super far. Risking a pick here. I know. Risking a pick. Tim Smith with an injury. Not quite sure what I was hoping for there, but whatever. We're going to try and hit Odell Beckham Jr. here. I do have Tim Howard as an option. And there we go. Odell Beckham kind of slows down for the catch, enabling number 25 to catch up. But here we are. Anyways, defense. Overall's not too high, but the attributes are really good. The players that we have on there. Stephon Gilmore, Emmanuel Ogba. It's just so many good players. Jadeveon Clowney. You know, all of these dudes, they're just managing to really limit the opposing teams quite well for the moment, right? The big multiplier here is fitness levels. Keeping everybody fit. And here I evade. I don't want to risk a tackle here. As Derek Carr links up with Odell Beckham Jr. Let's go to the play action forecast. True Tranquil applauds here. I don't like this one. 2-minute warning hits us. All right, let's go. I would personally have loved something like a Celtic, river dance type of music here whenever we score. It does have a more beaty rhythm. Maybe that was a coincidence here. There we go. We get outside here, and Michael Thomas moving ahead and into the area here. Inside cross time. Let's go. Let's just keep rolling here. Kendrick Bourne and OJ Howard. I was looking at tight ends as well, and I have to say that sidestep. Oh, held. Taken down here at the 3. Injury for Derek Stingley Jr. So far we are kind of blessed by the injury gods, right? I mean, I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna question it. Let's go with the slants again. Those worked quite well before. I think Robert Tonyan might be worth thinking about. Yeah, there we go. Easy as pie, man. Easy as pie. I didn't even need to waste a lot of time here. We just kind of power forward. And the Shamrocks at home can't be held here. At, you guessed the name of the stadium, it's Clover Field, which I just find to be incredibly smart naming. Really like that. Here we go. Robert Tonyan, big dude, strong dude. I was looking at the tight ends, and I was looking for the fastest ones. Basically, OJ Howard is the fastest tight end that's available for me anyways. So I have him as a speedster. I do have other players as well. Why are we doing this well? I would put it down to just playing cleverly and using plays that work in our favor, that are favorable with our player material. Sometimes, you can go for the risky ones like I'm going to do now. Oh, and there we go. Number 15 breaking through, takes down Derek Carr. This is always dangerous in terms of, you know, picking up an injury. So I don't really want to see that. OJ Howard, let's go for a second run. Here we go. Let's just go, 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 go. Here's the sweet spot. Can we power forward? Yes, we can. We're going to call our first timeout here. Clock is stopped. OJ Howard has a speed rating of, I think, of 90 and an acceleration of 87 or something like that. It's really, really very solid right there. Mesh switch time. Let's go. I'm actually looking for Howard here on the straight route. If I can get him to push forward. He's a big, strong dude. 2nd and 10. If we don't complete, we're going to try and go for a field goal, of course. We're going to attempt. Let's go the 4 verticals again. Just love that play. Works really well. Do try it out as well. If you have a fast tight end, you can get him to work in that sweet spot area right there. Another timeout call. 21 seconds to go. Another set of downs here. And we're going to go with the verticals again. Michael Thomas is going to be my runner here. I don't really have a short option here. But who cares? Let's go here. OJ Howard again getting into position very well. 16 seconds to go at the 10-yard line. Can we strike it with another touchdown? Just a quick check. The clock is stopped. Yes, it is. All right. Michael Thomas on the turn route. Howard Bourne. I do have options. It's also Beckham is available as well. There we go. OJ Howard powering forward. Stopped at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal. And now we're going to try out pass plays. Why? Well, quite simply. Because if we complete it, it's a touchdown. If we don't complete it, it is going to be a clock stopper. There we go. Here's a snap. There's a catch. And OJ Howard. He's in. And we score a 3rd touchdown in the first half. All right. CJ Stroud's having a horrible day. A freaking horrible day. Derek Carr finds OJ Howard. And you can see that we're immediately getting buffs as well due to motivation. It's one of the biggest factors in this franchise series here. Experience points are not that important. Motivation's a big, big one. All right, let's go. Let's just keep on pounding here. Liking this. What's happening at the moment? Inside zone run, Alvin Kamara. Let's, you know, move things up. Shake things up a little bit here. We don't get very far. Actually, we even lose a yard. All right. Patriots drive. This was a fun one. We just have to wait for Kendrick Bourne to get moving from the outside. You have to call this play on time. If you don't, you're going to have an issue. That is very inaccurate. Very inaccurate and out of reach. Adrian Amos here, number 0. Gonna go with a slow sail. Let's try and hit Odell Beckham Jr. Most teams kind of wake up in the second half. Not too sure what to make of this one. But here we go. Another first down at the 49-yard line. And Odell Beckham Jr., man. Really great player models here. Really loving this here. Great job. Pushing it. There we go. Nice. Number 34. Speaking with his buddies on the bench. And here we go. Kendrick Bourne, OJ Howard again. We're missing Mo Alley Cox, who's my starting tight end. There you go. Bourne on that out route is a charm. Working like a charm. And that, did you hear that? That was the sound of money at the end of the rainbow as some leprechauns start dancing. Or whatever, guys. All right, Alvin Kamara, here we go. Let's try and power forward here. How many yards do we get? 40 yards. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. it's really great having these reliable players in the run game. Odell Beckham will now have to do some blocking over there. Let's see how that one works. It works reasonably well. There we go. Push down Peyton Turner with an injury, number 90. Alright. Never nice seeing injuries, of course. You know that anyways, but it is what it is. This is the game. And this is something that we really battled with a lot over the course of the Bison's season, last season. Really had a lot of injuries. Key players were out, and that really made us struggle at times, where if we had a fully fit team, I doubt we would have had as many troubles, to just put that out there. I'm not going to completely dump it on the injuries and just say, nah, we did everything fine, but it really was a struggle. As soon as we hit the playoffs and we had, I don't know how many players out, I just kind of knew that this was going to be an issue. And there we go. What a turn here. What a frickin' turn by O.J. Howard. That's the speed that I was talking about. It's really important to have a quick accelerating tight end who's also fast. And there we go. He gets away from the defender and then is agile enough to make a quick turn, survive the tackle, which is the power, and that's why I absolutely love the tight end position. If you've got a good quick one, that's fantastic. CJ Stroud and the Texans now pushing back, scoring here, 28 versus 10. And you can also see that I'm not really doing too much of a tactical thinking here. Dreddeus Smith with an injury. Gonna be taking a seat here. Sometimes, you know, when games are closer, you really need to work the clock. You have to think about which plays you go for, and, you know, how do I do clock management? Right now, that is not an issue. I'm just going full out here, just having fun, enjoying this. And Odell Beckham Jr. with an injury, holding his back leg, right hand side. Physio stretching here. Might be, I don't know what that could be. Could be a hamstring, could be the calf muscle that does go up into the upper leg there. There you go. Kamara, 88 yards. Leg cramps will return soon. All right, so we're going to substitute him. There is no need to really put pressure on him. We also have Brandon Cooks in the wide receiving room and Adam Thielen. So, whoa, yikes. That was a very, very quick incoming rush there from the defender. But the block was vital that happened there. It just gave Alvin Kamara enough time to adjust, to really get out of there. Let me just do a quick replay time here. All right, we're going to look at Kamara. And we start out towards the left, and this player over here, would be a direct blocker. A direct blocker. He would immediately be on him. That's actually Neil Wilcox, a dude that I have on the Titans, edge rusher. But Zach Ertz with that block here, so important, really altering the trajectory here. And Alvin Kamara then has the space. And who is that? That's Robert Tonyan, number 18 up there. Also shoving a player aside, 55 off balance, and then going into a second tackle as well. Really well done. All right, love that. Love that. All right, let's go. Can we hit? Let's go with Thomas here. Brandon Cooks towards the right-hand side. Oh, that was almost kind of dribbling into his hands there. And that is James. We're going to set up another bench swap here. Because why not? Michael Thomas again. Let's just pound this one. Let's just try and pound this one here. Off we go. I mean, the coverage back there. Yeah, that's not going to work. Coverage is a little bit too good over there. And the route is covered quite well. Let's go to the play action wheel slide. I'm actually going to look for Earths heading over towards the right-hand side. And that is super imprecise. All right, okay. Nah, that's not something that Derek Carr can do well. All right, here we go. Jake Elliott. Oh, shit. This is going to go wide. Oh, messed that one up. All right. That's on me. 28 versus 10. The trajectory was very fast coming down. It kind of let that slide a little bit. All right, 28-17. Kind of catching up a little bit. It is nothing more than window dressing, though. They're not going to catch up to us. That would be an absolute surprise if that were to happen. I mean, never say never, right? Never say never. It is the NFL, and everything can happen here. There we go. We kind of go for a wide run and then go down the middle, and that is good enough. The final timeout, no, yeah, the final timeout is now to be called here by the Texans. We're going to go with a straight run here. Just powering forward 3 yards here, and now they are calling the final timeout. Inside zone weak, left-hand side run. We could go for a knee. I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. There we go. Let's get some blocks here. And, ooh, number 97. Disengaging very quickly. Very quickly. That was actually a really good one. Let's go to 26 duo here. I'd love to actually go the halfback dive here instead. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to go right because there's no coverage there. Will Anderson Jr. with an injury, number 51. Clock is stopped again. You can stop the clock manually, kind of by using a timeout or by going for a spike, which I have been using a little bit more. And that is awesome, isn't it? That is freaking awesome. I was thinking about going down here, but I'm kind of pushed inside. Alvin Kamara scores another touchdown, and we are absolutely flying. Freaking flying here. The NFL rejects show what they can do. Show these upstarts, the Texans, and their fancy young players, what the experienced dudes can do. And there we go. What an ending, man. 35-17. CJ Stroud humiliated, I would say. Texans coach frustrated, and Derek Carr and Zach Ertz talking about the game here. Super well done. What a good game. CJ Stroud, not a bad game per se. 257 yards, 59% completion rate, touchdowns 2. But Derek Carr, man, 4 touchdowns, 244 yards, 66% completion rate. On the running side, Alvin Kamara, 134, was so good, man. On the receiving side, Dalton Schultz, but then it's O.J. Howard, it's Odell Beckham Jr. who really pushed forward. O.J. Howard with 2 touchdowns. I'm going to make him my starting tight end, just putting that out there. Kendrick Bourne also gets one. Here we've got Tank Dell. Robert Tonyan gets a touchdown as well. Well, this here, Isaiah Simmons solo tackle leader, total tackle leader, Jalen Petra, number 5, 12 tackles. It says a lot, all right? Their defense had to do a lot of work here, and we really made them work hard for that. These two here, we get a sack. Dietrich Weiss Jr. and David Onyemata combining on this one here. 0 interceptions, and that kick, Jake Elliott, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, I failed you here. That is entirely on me. And there we go. Currently 5-0, leading the AFC South, and I would bet a lot on being really far up in the NFL at the moment. Again, we had a similar situation with the Bisons, and we had a really good season, and then towards the end of the season, we had a lot of injuries, and that really dragged us down. This time around, I feel like the overall quality is a little bit better, but I just want to show you something. When I do go to the free agents, and let's just take the scenario that we suddenly suffer injuries, all right, to key players, to starters, you will immediately see that this gets thin very quickly, all right? On the quarterback side, there's not a lot of players, but there are more. They're horrible down here. All right, look at these dudes, really bad. All right, running backs. Let's see. Well, we do have some interesting players here, but all of these dudes are all that we have. It's 4 players here. They're all around 70-ish rated. Actually, Jamal Williams being my highest rated one here, so I would be going for him if something happened here. Alex Arma, we do have Colin Gillespie and Johnny Stanton. Again, 3. On the wide receiving side, we have slightly more. There's just more variation here, but look at the overalls. This is not really high quality material. This is filler material, and I think that's really all there is to say about that. On the tight end side, things are extremely thin. We only have 4, and it's really, the quality goes down extremely fast. And I'm just going to be clicking through this just to show you what I mean. If we were to suffer injuries here, we really would be very hard pressed to find appropriate quality replacements. That would really be extremely hard. We would find replacements, but look at the overalls here. Look at the attributes on the right. Just pause the video there, and you will see that it really is very difficult. There are positions where we would have more options, but then there's just positions where we hardly have any real alternatives to go for. So that is something that we just have to keep in mind here. We could really have a very quick drop off. I don't hope that this is I do hope, let's put it positively, I do hope that it will not happen, but we just have to be prepared for that. So let's try and get the most out of this team before we do have those drop-offs happening. All right, with that, guys, I will be ending this episode. Second win over the Texans in 2 weeks, so we have really crushed them. Next week, Raiders away, and then the Chiefs at home. These are going to be more testing games, I'm sure of that. But yeah, for now, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me here. You're making this very special for me, so thanks for that. If you like what I'm doing, do drop a like. Please subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And as always, thank you so much for being here. Much appreciated. Stay awesome, and see you next time.